Howdy folks, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn, where in the last episode, after finally gaining access to the Zero Dawn facility buried underneath Mother's Heart, we found out that it was one of the Aletheia sub-program's cradle facilities, dedicated to raising new generations of humans, educating them, and releasing them out into the world after Gaia had finished terraforming the damage wrought by the Faro swarm. Except something had clearly gone wrong. The Apollo educational facilities were all offline. So once the food supplies ran out, the young adults, with no more than a kindergarten education provided by the servitor droids running the cradle facilities, were forced out into the wild to fend for themselves, which goes some way to explaining the current technologically backward state of human civilization. We still have no idea what caused Apollo to fail, but we have a slightly bigger problem to deal with at the moment. The Hades subroutine of the Gaia program is attempting to fulfill its function, which is a very big problem because Hades' function is to reset life on Earth. In the event that Gaia's first attempt at terraforming the planet in the wake of the Faro plague was a failure, Hades' job is basically as a big reset button. So that's obviously a major issue, not just for us and everybody currently still alive, but for future generations, because if Hades completes its function, there won't be any future generations, because Gaia isn't around anymore to have another go, once Hades has finished doing what it was designed to do. Just about the only piece of good news here is that with the almost complete destruction of the Project Zero Dawn facilities, Hades doesn't actually have the infrastructure that it was supposed to use to complete its mission of sterilizing the planet. The bad news, there's always bad news. Hades has come up with a backup plan. Ted Faro, 1,000 years ago, the CEO and owner of Faro Technologies, was kind enough to design, manufacture and develop a nanotechnological self-replicating biomatter-consuming robot plague that got a little bit out of control and led to this entire situation arising in the first place. And while Gaia's Minerva subroutine was able to finally crack the encryption codes of the machine swarm and issue them a shutdown command, it was far too late for life on the planet. They had by that stage long completed sterilizing all life on Earth. But Project Zero Dawn took this into account. Long after everything was dead and the planet was rendered uninhabitable, Minerva did her thing, shut down the machine plague, and then Gaia's systems swung into action, terraformed the planet, made it suitable for life, and began the process of repopulation. But Minerva didn't destroy the machine plague. It simply put them to sleep. They're still out there, billions of them, buried everywhere. But Hades has the reactivation codes. Hades' only real limitation at the moment is that it's being forced to find and reactivate these war machines one at a time, with the help of the Shadow Kaja Eclipse cult. And you can bet your ass that Hades is working on a method of speeding this process up exponentially. Aloy, meanwhile, is hoping that she can somehow reboot Gaia's systems. But before she can do that, she is going to have to shut Hades down. Otherwise, he's just going to corrupt Gaia's systems all over again. And the only way to do that is by using something known as the Master Override, which is apparently located at the site where Gaia's central servers were originally located before she died, an area that's known today as the Bitter Climb.
The way to the mountain will be hard. Ferocious machines prowl every step of the climb.
More corrupted?
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new? Do they think they're guarding Gaia?
I doubt they think at all. More like an instinct, gathering them to her grave.
Alright, let's see what we've got. Ravagers. Could be worse. Watchers. Yeah, watchers are fairly easy. Oh, there's a campfire over there. Yes. And a supply crate. Might be a good idea to go and use that campfire to save the game before engaging. Alright, they don't appear to have problems with most wildlife. There's a fox there. They just don't like humans. Hang on a minute. Oh god. Okay. Glinthawks. That's bad. It could be worse. At least they're not storm crows. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to save the game. Hopefully I can get to that campfire without being spotted. I think I see a way across. So let's go. Watch out for the Ravager. Now that it's behind the rock, let's make our move. Well, let's get this sucker saved. Because Glinthawks are bloody nasty. Right. How are we going to handle this? Right, is that another one? Oh god, it is another one. 3 Glinthawks. And it's too far away to scan with the focus, but that's definitely another Ravager. Bunch of watchers everywhere too. Okay. That is a lot of machines to take care of at once. If I can take the Ravager out by hitting the weak spot. Oh, no, I'll take another hit. Ah, come on. That's right, look this way, hold still. Got him. And didn't alert the others. Oh, that's a good start. I'll probably need to start working on the Glinthawks next. So let's make sure I've got full ammunition. I'm going to use the tear blast arrows. They knock components off. Try and get both of them. Yeah, that's really messed those 2 Glinthawks up. Of course, they're kind of alert to the fact that they're getting shot at now. And they've been joined by the 3rd one. Right, time for me to get the hell out of here. One of the surviving Ravagers is lighting me up with its cannon as well. And that's, you know, less than good. That's suboptimal. So the thing about being attacked by Glinthawks or any other kind of aerial machine is you need some kind of top cover. Either that or take them out very, very quickly. Because they're just going to pepper you from the air. And it's really difficult, because they move around so quickly, it's really difficult to track their location while looking up and avoid running into things like rocks and trees. Because, well... Oh, you sneaky bugger. Although, I don't know if you noticed, he's been hit by the Glinthawks as he came up here. The Glinthawks are peppering the area that I'm hiding behind with their cold-based attacks. And they're also hitting the machines that are coming up here to try and flush me out. So, yeah, we like that. More of that, please. It's not that the Glinthawks can't hit me while I'm in here, they can, but they have to get really close to the entrance, like that. And that means they're so close that I can, well, not even I can miss. One Glinthawk down.
Pass the test.
Come on, where are the others? Still at least one Ravager, a bunch of Watchers, and 2 more Glinthawks out there. Oh, they've reset. They lost sight of me. Okay. That's upsetting. Come on, hold still for your Uncle Jingles. There we go, 2nd Glinthawk down. Right, back into cover. And wait for it. The 2nd Glinthawk that I killed did catch sight of him, but the 3rd one didn't. It just saw its companion get shot down. So they're executing the search pattern and they're... Where is he? There he is. Alright, I didn't hit anything critical. Alright, now he knows where I am. Yep, incoming. Got to get out of here. Or at least... Well, no, not get out of here. Stay in here. Take cover in here. Let them come to me. That's what you're doing, exactly that. But I'm fine as long as I'm in here and they don't approach the entrances to either side. Oh, Ravager. Shit. Shit. I don't want to go out there and fight it. I'll get hit by the Glinthawk as well. So, come on. Ah, bollocks. Shit. No. I'll finish this thing quick and then get back into cover before the last Glinthawk And we're good. Yeah, it's overhead now. But I'm in cover, so it's all good. Okay, I think there were only the 2 Ravagers, so these are just going to be Watchers. Yep, and Watchers are easy.
Low and quiet does it.
Come on. Come to your Uncle Jingles. I think the Glint Hawk's reset again. So I should just have these 2 Watchers to myself. Yep. Ooh. Dodge that. Come on. Get down. Bad dog. Okay, gonna leave cover to finish this. Second Watcher off. That should... Wait, there's a 3rd Watcher. Okay, I think that's all of the Watchers. There should just be that one Glint Hawk. Right. Tear Blast Arrow again. Yep, there it is. Oh, no, I hit it. We're good, we're good. No, I didn't. Shit. There we go. Let's knock most of its more dangerous components off. And... Come on. We can't take much more of this. No, it's down. We're good. We're done. Right, so, area clear. Right then. Onwards and upwards to the ruins of Gaia Prime. It is a hell of a trip getting up here. I mean, I've actually cut most of it out because it takes a while. There are several fairly tricky climbing puzzles to negotiate in order to make your way all the way up here. But we're nearly there, just a little further. I think once we clear this ledge, that'll be it. Gonna have to jump that one, yep. Pull myself up. And is this it? Yeah, hang on. Cutscene? Why are they giving me a cutscene? Is this a boss fight? This is a boss fight, isn't it? Fuck my life. Glint Hawks are bad. Those are worse. This, boys and girls, is a Stormbird, and Stormbirds are kind of like Glint Hawks, but they're about 3 times the size and about 5 times as bad-tempered and dangerous. They really don't like being hit with Tear Blast arrows, though. Come on, there we go. Centre of body, blew off most of its armour. Can I hit it again? No, where did it go? Oh, bollock. You see, this is the problem when you're dealing with an aerial attacker. Trying to keep track of where it is in relation to you while running around and not running into rocks and trees and, you know, things that are going to slow you down and make you an easy target. Ideally, you really want to try to keep your distance and just hit it with arrows over and over and over. But that's a lot easier said than done because, well, it's aerial and it's a lot faster than you. Alright. No, not the spear. Come on, arrows. I think I've knocked off as many components as I'm going to at this point, and I'm just doing damage now with the regular. Do lots of damage arrows while trying to avoid its attacks. I get some distance so I can actually get the time that I need to aim at it. Bits of armour being knocked off all over the place there. Where is it? Oh, bloody hell! Okay, I found it. Try to finish it off. Come on. And are we done? No, it's so close. Come on, shoot it. No, stop that. Hold still. Fire. Come on. Is that it? Is that it? That's not quite it. Come on. One more. Yeah, that's it. We got it. Let's take its stuff. Stormbirds are evil bastards. Right. That should be the last obstacle on the way to Gaia Prime. Now we just have to get to the ruins.
Gaia's sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
I prepared the way ahead for you.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
Silence has been here before, but he could never get inside. And that's what he needs me for.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with the climbing path either.
This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years. For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key. A key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage, how could that be?
She said any effort to repair her must come after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the Cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. By the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
It's time for me to head in.
Yes. When you find the Master Override, you will gain the power to defeat Hades. Everything depends on you.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
So this was Gaia's nerve center, and she self-destructed in order to erase the infrastructure that Hades was going to need to carry out its program. You see, Gaia was composed of a whole bunch of different subroutines. Hades was just one of them, but Hades was the most autonomous of Gaia's subroutines because it was designed to destroy. And Gaia's whole reason for existing was to create. You see, early on when they were programming and developing the Hades subroutine, they discovered that Dr. Sobek had done too good a job with Gaia. Gaia's need to preserve and nurture life at all costs made it impossible for Hades to run successfully while Gaia was still operational. So in order for Hades to be able to actually do what it was that it was programmed to do, it had to be completely autonomous from Gaia. In fact, Gaia needed to be shut down and put in standby mode before Hades could be activated, otherwise Gaia would interfere. Now, something clearly went wrong, because Hades was activated while Gaia was still conscious. It shouldn't have been possible for Hades to run while Gaia was still operational. So there was clearly some form of sabotage in play here. Luckily for everybody, Gaia was still conscious and operational and in control of her faculties when the Hades program was activated. Unfortunately, because of the way the Hades program was designed to be completely autonomous from Gaia, once it was activated, Gaia couldn't directly do anything to shut it down. And so she did the only thing that she could do. She blew herself up, splitting this mountain wide open in the process, and denying Hades the infrastructure that he needed to execute his program, forcing him into standby mode. I'm just wandering slightly off the beaten track because I noticed this, this. I'm supposed to be heading to the other side of this chasm, but I want to see what's up here. Because the power cells that I need for that super sexy suit of armor. Yep.
Another power cell. I only need one more to get to that ancient armor I found.
They're located in the bunkers. And the Gaia Prime facility is one of the bunkers. So I still need one more. Anyway, getting sidetracked again. I'm looking for a master override. I have no idea what a master override looks like, but I'm pretty sure that I'll know it when I see it.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders, lottery winners, and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific. None of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself. To a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia. And her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
Margot Shen was one of the Alphas. Everybody who worked on Project Zero Dawn was given a designation. The Alphas were the project leaders. Dr. Sobek was the Alpha Prime in overall control. And the Alphas were the section heads responsible for the development of the various different Gaia subroutines. So there was a guy called Tate was in charge of Hades, for example. I can't remember which of the subroutines Shen was responsible for. But she was here at Gaia Prime. Oh, there's another log over here. Let's have a look.
Evacuation happened so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Paik I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradiseidae zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... Well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. Gaia Prime's logs are sealed. Elysium sealed up, safe and sound. A distance of miles, but it might as well be on the other side of the galaxy. All the betas and gammas and support staff living their lives. If I hadn't been an Alpha, if things had gone differently, I could have been there. Instead, I'm spending the rest of my unnatural life in here with people I don't even like. And without the one I would have gladly spent my life with. Given the chance. 2 hours since I signed off on the final executables, and I'm already a bitter old man bitching to his focus. There's a thought for future generations.
So Ronson was another one of the primes. Well, like Shen, I don't know what he was responsible for, but if he and Shen were both here, maybe all of the primes were here at Gaia at the end.
Elizabeth. What is this?
Could be wrong, but it looks like a holographic memorial to Dr. Sobek. Wait, so she died before the end? Do I want to see this?
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for. Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So... happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
You think she was better because she was smart, because she designed Zero Dawn, but you missed the point. What made her great was that she was willing to sacrifice herself for others, for everyone who would come later.
No. She couldn't let her creation fail. You're confusing will for sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life, enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
There are several other audio logs left scattered around the Gaia Prime facility, but this one in particular I want you to listen to because it concerns Ted Faro, the dickhead responsible for the Faro robot plague in the first place. And this is it.
What are we going to plug into their heads, Liz? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not pablum, Liz. It's poison.
Ted? You're not going to do something stupid, are you, Ted? Not again. Because let's not forget why we're all in this situation in the first place, Ted. Because you did something stupid. And now you appear to have a bit of an issue with the whole concept of the Apollo subroutine of Gaia. The store of all human knowledge. The thing that future generations were going to need if they were going to be released from the birthing cradles after the world had been terraformed with more than a basic kindergarten level of education. Wait, that's exactly what happened, isn't it, Ted? Because something went wrong with Apollo. Ted, did you do something else extremely stupid?
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored, you found the control room.
I'm on my way. When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the Alphas were in there.
Ted? What did you do, Ted?
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance?
Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice. It's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard. Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence have to die.
Emergency alert. Flooding atmosphere.
Oh my god. Killing everything on the planet wasn't enough for him. He had to doom future generations as well. What a dick.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
Ted Faro, you fucking arsehole. Well, at least we've got the master override.
Blaster override. That's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
Oh, is that all? Well, you should have just said. I'm sure that won't be a problem at all. Silence does have one last surprise for us, however, and also something of a confession.
You're here.
For a moment,
What?
our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. Its code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Faro robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus. Recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
So you thought it was a Titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot with my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence. Pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
Unbelievable.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
So, I kind of suspected it all along, but it turns out that Lance Herrick was just as big a dick as Ted Faro. And, although with one crucial difference. Unlike Ted, he at least tried to do the right thing at the end, even if he was motivated purely by selfish reasons. But I'll take it. And now, with his very, very nice lance and the Master Override unit, if we can just find Hades, we can kill it. And that is coming up next week. I hope you enjoyed this one, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.